I got a dentist appointment today, you guys. Can you believe it? Anyway, I'm only gonna be there for a few minutes. Just gotta shave off something on one of my fillings a little bit, so it's not gonna be anything intensive. But before I get there in a couple hours or so, I figure I'll hop on here and give you guys a reading today. Some of the download that was coming to me is about the peanut gallery. So if you don't know what the peanut gallery is, just a brief synopsis, okay? At one time during the 70s, we had a president named Jimmy Carter. He was from Georgia. He was a peanut farmer. A lot of people did not want a peanut farmer to become the president, and they did not want to hear from his buddies, who they called the peanut gallery, right? Because what do a bunch of peanut farmers in Georgia know about anything? Okay, so that's the kind of download that we're getting today, okay? One of my history teachers, by the way, told me that Jimmy Carter ended up being a fairly ineffective president, not because of his peanut farming, but because his party did not have control of Congress, so they were in basically deadlock the entire time of his 4-year administration. Anyway, many people know he went on and did a lot of work and still does with Habitat Humanity, him and his wife, who are just gems of people, right? So this is not anything against Jimmy Carter himself, right? This is talking about people that say, well, you're this, therefore I don't want to hear from you, right? Okay? And unbeknownst to them, they might actually be in the peanut gallery, though, right? That's the whole thing. So, when you get these busybodies, when you get these people that don't want to stay in their lane and want to butt into your business, that's the peanut gallery speaking up, right? The peanut gallery's here, right? Trying to put their 2 cents in, okay? All right. Yeah, in an extreme example last week, this happened to me when I went into a local tavern to order a drink, and not one but 3 people had to interject during the time I was speaking to the bartender about my order, trying to order this beverage that I just had like up the street at another place. So I thought maybe they might have it, you know what I mean? And it turned out they didn't, so I just got something else. But these people, the peanut gallery that I'm talking about, had comments about it, right? As soon as they realized that I had been in that tavern before and I was actually like a regular, they stopped commenting, right? And why is that? Because their 2 cents didn't mean shit. And it didn't mean shit before either. But they thought it did because they were a gang up against one, right? Yeah. And then they took their money over to a fancier place in town where I'm sure they thought they were pretty high and mighty, and maybe they bullied some other customers. Okay? Yeah. But I did not let them stop me from what I was doing. Just like Jimmy Carter did not let people stop him from running for president. Even though they're like, well, he's just a peanut farmer from Georgia. What the fuck does he know, right? Kind of how I think about some of the people that talk about me. It's like, why don't you come over here and look at my yard? Look at the weeds that I pull out. Look at the trash that I set out on the curb. I don't see you doing that at your house. So I don't need to hear from that peanut gallery, understand? Yeah, a lot of people have opinions, right? Where my parents used to work at was a factory. They had a t-shirt. It said, opinions are like assholes, right? Everybody's got one. Or what's the other one? If assholes could fly, this place would be an airport. You ever see that one? Okay. So again, if that peanut gallery ain't chipping in on your beverage, they can go fuck themselves, okay? Right? And if your money's not good at that establishment, maybe you need to find different establishments. You know what I'm saying? I'm shaking to it. I'm sorry if the camera is shaking. Doesn't look like it's shaking. Boing, boing, boing. Maybe you're shaking. Are you in the car, Abdul? Hopefully everybody is safely driving on their way to work if they're watching this video, if you happen to be in the chat. If you are in the chat, though, please do, please do. You know, sometimes people are pissy, right? And that's why I don't like their pissant comments coming towards me when I'm having a good time, right? Exactly. And, you know, sometimes that means you have to stand up for yourself. And, you know, and you say, I'm not going to get into a pissing match with this person. But what happened is when they started pissing with me, they found out real quick that they are going to lose that pissing match because I was a regular there. And they had no right to be speaking to me that way. They had no right to be speaking to any stranger on the street like that. But they especially were out of turn when it came to me in that establishment. Again, you know what I mean? It's like somebody stands, it's like that show, Undercover Boss. Somebody stands up and it's like, oh, I didn't realize, you know, that you come in here and spend a lot of money and you don't bother anybody. That's right, motherfucker, I don't. But I'm going to bother you right now because you're up in my grill. Understand? So collective, happy hump day, right? Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. You don't have to, you know, throw out the MF. And, you know, with these people, I did not say a cross word to any of these three people. You know what I mean? But I still stood my ground, even though they were interjecting into my message, right? And thank you for the likes, by the way, in the chat. So for the people that are in the chat, if you could like the video, that definitely helps spread the messages around, okay? So we're going to kick this off, you guys. I want to do a past, present, future outcome for you, all right? And, you know, I just want you to hold steady to your beliefs. Okay? Because sure, you may be some little old peanut farmer from Georgia, but that doesn't mean somebody's gonna F around with you and they're not gonna find out when they grab that bull a little too hard by those horns. Because any farmer knows you don't do that, right? But you know, we got people out in Yellowstone getting up by these bison thinking it's okay and cool, right? Now tell me, who's the peanut gallery? Right? Okay, I think you guys are getting the message here before I even start flipping the cards over. We're going to get into the tarot Aligma reading. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Hot dogs for fingers. You know what, you guys? I just watched that. Did you see the Everything All at Once movie? It's pretty cool. What are you talking about? Well, maybe, Isaac, you will get a message for you. If not, don't worry about it. It's just not your reading today. And feel free to go find another video on the channel or with any other reader. The Page of Cups, the Song of Love. Has somebody been serenading you, collective, recently? Maybe you got a little nice little bottle of Chianti there, you know, they got with the King of Wands. Well, somebody would definitely want to get down and have some wine with the King of Wands. So, collective, if that's you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you may be in luck, right? Maybe somebody wants you to cut loose with them a little bit. There's these grapes here too. The King of Pentacles. Interesting. So, okay. Again, this is that peanut gallery shit coming out. Okay? Because if you see on here, and, you know, the leprechaun's always guarding his pot of gold, guarding his money. Nobody can get by the leprechaun, right? And he might see this, you know, you might be seeing here in this King of Wands, like, very regal, enjoying yourself. I mean, this is a royal card here in itself, just because it's showing the ancient Egyptian, Anubis. But it's like they're like, no, you need to be greedy like me. You need to do this. You need to do that. Again, peanut gallery. You need to be sweating it out 6 days a week like I am. Peanut gallery, psh. What do you know about it? Three of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get some clarification on all this, you guys. This is kind of a wild message here. Okay. So the outcome being that people might see you as unusual. Okay. Like this morning, I was out, you know, it was like 7 a.m. I took the dog out. I was pulling some weeds in my yard. You know, not everybody is into lawn care. I get it. But don't look at me like I'm some weirdo pulling weeds in my yard, right? What are you doing outside? I'm pulling weeds in my yard. I'm maintaining my property, okay? I'm not running around looking for my Lucky Charms and who I'm going to con for the next, you know, capitalizing here, all right? And people see you as, well, why wouldn't you do that, right? Because everybody else is doing that. You know, in a sharp contrast to Jimmy Carter, one of our presidents has, you know, been convicted of 34 felonies. You know, that may be alien to some people to think like, wow, you know, I thought about putting up a big sign in the front of my yard saying, vote for the felon. I mean, like, really? You know, but hey, to each their own. I'm not trying to get political on this channel, but it's just, it's you know, part of the overall, you know, kind of how our world is, right? And collective, you may feel like you don't fit into that world. You're like, if that's fitting in, I don't want to. I don't want 34 felonies. I don't want to have to pay hush money to mistresses. I don't want to have 3 wives, okay? You know? Hey, Elon Musk can afford his 12 kids, can you? You know? To each their own, right? Lifestyles of the rich and famous does not mean you need to imitate them. And let me tell you, like the people that came and were rude to me with their money, okay? And they went on to another establishment to spend their money. They thought they could be rude to people because of their money. Maybe they need to get out in their yard and pull a weed or two. Get back to what it's really about here. Instead of this greed. Where's the virtue? Where's the virtue in that dollar? Again, many of you in the collective may feel like, I just don't belong in this situation. And you may not, okay? And again, that may be why people see you very regal, standing with your head up, not down. Like, why are they dressed so good? What do they have to smile? You know, it's people like that. It's just like, do I have to have a reason to be happy? Do I have to have a reason to be showered and look good? No, you don't. You can just exist. You can just be, all right? Maybe you are celebrating. Maybe you are enjoying. Maybe you are, you know, gussied up a little bit. But the fact is, you got this shine on you, collective, and other people can't stand it. It's like the shine from the moon back here. It's that kind of soft glow. You specifically may have an aura about you, okay? And part of that aura, again, they're like, I want that. It's like that golem. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Yeah, I had to block the ball gobbler. I feel like that's more of an OnlyFans type thing than, you know what I mean? Exactly. Stay in your lane, folks. Moving on. Moving on. Okay. So let's get some more info about this Page of Cups. You know, it's kind of like this, collective. Yeah, this card's going to come out, but it's kind of like this. It's like you're just sitting here happily doing your thing, and somebody has to come along and be like, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing it? Excuse me, I'm enjoying myself. thank you very much. Right? Okay. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, the Four of Cups, this ghoul. Yeah, it's like you really do kind of want to be left alone a little bit. And, you might even be telling somebody to hit the road. I'm literally hearing that song, you know? Hit the road, Jack. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Seven of Swords. Yeah. Whoever was disturbing your peace, okay? You're like, sorry, I'm trying to be grateful for shit over here, and you're disturbing my peace. Why is that? Because you want to lie to me. You want to thieve from me. You want to come around and boss people around like you're the leader when you're not. Okay? Like one of my old boyfriends used to say, you're not the boss of me. Right? And as adults, right, who is the boss of us? The universe, okay? Not another individual, right? Trying to put their, you know, their little curses, their little hexes, their little whatevers on you, their projections, their needs, their wants, their miseries for that matter, right? Oh, I'm miserable today, therefore you have to be miserable too. No, that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. All right. Again, if you're in the chat, please do like the video. Help spread the messages around. So let's get some clarification on this King of Wands. You could have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries in your chart. We're in Cancer season right now, and up next is Leo. All right. Four of Swords. Resting. Yes, the vampire sleeps during the day. Some of you could be shift workers, and the Seven of Cups. So for some of you, you could have been kind of like in a situation where it's like, yes, this is helping, you know, your finances. This is helping you manifest what you want, but you're tired. And you're like, is there another option that maybe just isn't quite so difficult? Okay, that's what I'm getting. All right, because again, you're like, look, you know, I'm kind of like this simple page, like, you know, I don't need the entourage, you know, like I don't need the McLaren and the Lamborghini, and do you know what I'm saying? Some people want that stuff, and that's fine, right? But collective, there's a lot of you here that are like, you know, what was that show called with Paris Hilton, The Simple Life? You know, where they like became farmers or whatever. Again, sometimes I wonder about these city people that I live by, because it's like, do you guys ever go outside and do anything? You're just always in your houses. Anyway, you know, I'm a country girl, y'all, so I like the outdoors. Anyway. I understand it's hot, but you know. What else we got here for this collective? Let's clarify this King of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands, the dragon. Very interesting. I was actually picturing the Ten of Wands last night. It was coming through as a message. Okay. So this is, yeah, definitely clarifying here. That you've kind of like, you're like, look, you know, your future might be that path. My future is somewhere else, right? I'm done with these old futures. I'm ready to give myself something new here with this Ace of Cups. Yeah. Giving yourself love. Giving yourself grace, giving yourself time to enjoy what you worked for. Okay, like if you're some of these people that work all the time, when do you actually get to enjoy, you know, the fruits of your labor, right? But see, you have other people over here that they're like, well, if you could have that, you could have this and this and this and this and this, and you're like, look, I'm done. I'm done adding it up. Ten of Wands, I'm done. You know, again, if you want to go pocket watch, You know, do it on somebody else's time and property, right? Go check somebody else, right? Okay. You're like, now it's time for peace in the valley. You know? Even if you're a little ragged, right? It says giant whale here. It's a very interesting. It kind of looks like a dragon whale to me. But Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, you may have in your chart also, right? Well, like this whale, do you want to upset that whale? No. So if you're in the peanut gallery, you know what that means, right? And if you're not sure who the peanut gallery would be on Moby Dick, they're like one of the teams of people pulling the ropes, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's like they need to be taking orders from the Capitan, okay? All right. Next up, El Diablo. Fighting to what? Fighting to make you stay where? In a situation that's not working for you? Yeah, this is the message that was coming through this morning as I was pulling these weeds. We need to stop normalizing the bullshit, right? Stop normalizing. That's why you feel so alien. Well, we've never had a president who's been convicted of felonies before. Stop normalizing it. It's because it's not normal. Okay? They want you to think that's normal. It's not. Oh, honey, I'll just have my friends with benefits over here, and then I have my side piece over here, but we can be married. That's not normal. Stop normalizing it. Stop it. Just stop. Last card, please. The Two of Swords. You have a decision, right? Play along in the game of lies and deception? Right? Or do you move on, maybe into something that feels a little foreign, but gosh, it sure suits you a lot better, doesn't it? I don't like to be stressed about Billy, Becky, Bobby, and Sue. I sure don't. Yeah, somebody wants to potentially join you on this quest. The reason behind that, collective, only you know, because I don't know what they're trying to tell you at the moment. And I'm not even going to get into that message because I'm running up on time. I want to get you some oracle cards here. Okay? What is it, 32 feet per second? Speed of a falling object in a vacuum. Some things don't change. There's some things that are constant. Like pi, 3.14, la 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 la. Okay? Stop normalizing things that aren't normal. It's a hell of a lot more normal for little kids to dress up in all sorts of clothes than it is for a president to have 34 felonies. And if you've never watched children, then obviously you're part of the peanut gallery that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. You're very close to achieving your goal. So, people that feel like they need to interject their opinions, don't worry about them. Focus on this. Focus on your goal. You're the one that sees it, not them. Otherwise, why would they be so critical of you? Why would they be critical of a beautiful soul going about living their life? Stop normalizing hating people. It's done. It's enough. Your spiritual soul, if you have one left, you better get to praying. A new start is coming. We just had a new moon. For some of you, these manifestations may be coming in. See how this is all black versus this, right? Does that mean the moon isn't there? No. It's still there. Just like your goal. Just like those people that can't see it. Well, I can't see it. Well, nobody fucking asked you. Did we? Again, peanut gallery. Psst. You ever see that, what is it? The Austin Powers, right? Just, Dr. Evil, Scott's always wanting to talk. What are we listening to? Who are we listening to? What's the message that you're listening to how to treat people? Who's teaching your kids about that? About how to treat people? Are you supposed to treat people with kindness and respect? Well, I hope you're teaching them that. I hope you are. Adjustments are required. Oh man. I used to work in this corporate office, and this one guy, he had like this ruler, and it was called like, he had it written on there like the adjustment stick. But like, I think this dude was raised in a time when, like the nuns would be on you. Okay. All right. Okay. I had one of my own neighbors criticize me once after somebody was vandalizing my house. He's like, don't yell at them. It's like, excuse me? These people are vandalizing my home and you're telling me not to yell at them and to get the F out of my house? Like, who the F are you? Peanut gallery. Peanut for a brain. Adjustments are required. Again, maybe you need a different level of something, right? And when you level up, sometimes you don't talk to the same people that you used to, right? You don't get advice from the same opinions, right, as you used to, okay? And maybe that's a good thing, okay? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah. This, yeah. This devilish energy that wants you to stay stuck. Yeah, they want you to think that you're not good enough, but you are. You know? You know, and I'm sitting here saying, well, who are you? Who are they? Well, you know, because that's what they brought to me when I walked in, right? Like, who are you trying to come in here and have a good time, Page of Cups? Right? And the thing is, it's like that song, A Whole New World, right? Crystal clear from here. Very close to achieving that goal. Very close. And the thing about that too is that like these entities, you know, these people that think they can F with you or whatever, they can't. You know, it's kind of like that thing. It's like, oh, you think you're going to get into a pissing match with me? Like, apparently you don't know my relatives. Apparently you don't know my ex. Apparently you don't, you know what I'm saying? Apparently you don't know all the things that the collectives already lived through, and they're not going to take it the second time. They're not going to take it the third time. They're not going to, exactly. 10 of Wands. Now we're breathing the fire, aren't we? I didn't want to have to open my mouth, but when I did, I'm sorry if it burned you just a little bit. Now you have a tan. Be grateful. Well, I'm over my normal 30s, so please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is a little bit of a wonky energy today. Maybe I will flip out a few cards just because they're sitting here. I don't know. You know what I mean? I've been doing the card. I need to make some more of these, you guys. It's just, I feel like I need to redo this deck, actually. Make it easier to shuffle. So I don't want you guys getting the same messages over and over. And you know I shuffle a lot, and sometimes, you know, that's just how they like to fall out, but let's see what's going on here. In this wonky energy, right? Who are you? Ooh, 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 ooh. You know, do you want other people telling you who you are, or do you want to be telling the world who you are, right? Again, peanut gallery. You know, there's always going to be somebody with an opinion on what you should be doing. Some of those people are friends, your family, spouse, you know, siblings, cousins, whatever, coworkers, mentor even, right? Again, you have to pick and choose. Is that what you want? Is that how you want to be? And for a lot of you collective, you're like, I'm rejecting that. I'm turning towards love. And yeah. Wow, look at that first one, turning towards love. Well, for some of you, that's what you're looking for. You know? And maybe that is part of this goal over here. Maybe that's part of this new start. I feel like there's a possibility with this King of Pentacles besides the other message that I've given you, you know, in regarding these cards here, okay? Let's have a family. Okay, so this person who has this kind of King of Pentacles, right? See, they could see you like this, like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you? And you could be like, look, I don't want another car. I want another kid. You know, like you could be saying, well, kids are expensive, blah, 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 right? Okay, everything's expensive these days, right? Maybe that's just kind of where you're at with it, all right? Again, this new start, that could be part of these adjustments as well, right? Because if you're going to have a family, you know, do you have enough room for everybody? Like, I'm sure your inbox is full. It is hump day, so make sure you're managing those emails, right, folks? And, you know, that could be part of this as well. This, like, why do you want to get settled down? You got a full inbox of people just waiting to work with you, right? But you could be like, look, that's not what I want to do. I just want to be over here enjoying my wine, playing my music, and giving my love to the cool people that love me, right? Like I don't need to play this game anymore. I don't need to shit in a golden toilet. I'm good. Okay? If I'm that hard up, I'll go buy some freaking Rust-Oleum spray paint and spray paint the damn thing. Last I checked, it all goes to the same sewage plant. Understand? You know? Let's do one more. Like, greed for what? Well, my coffin's going to be fancier than their coffin. Well, congratulations. You know, if that's what it's all about for you, I guess that's what it's all about for you. This is likely not the channel for you. Okay? Ghosted. Yeah, it's kind of funny that this was the last card. And for somebody, they might end up getting ghosted by you because they're about this kind of stuff and you're just not. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You know? Like you know, eventually you stick with your goals and your path and the right people are going to cross it, right? So, you know, you may have been almost struggling to hold your head high here at one point in time. All right, King of Wands. But this kind of Four of Swords here, it's saying like, look, we know you look good. Just take a break. It's okay. And in fact, I'm not going to ask for your blood either. You know what I mean? Like those things they're, you know, going around talking about, like, you know, rent, you know, people sending, you know, I need a pint of your blood, and you know what I mean? Like, because the rental agreements are just so crazy these days, you know? Anyway, I hope everybody that needs housing gets what they need. Why are you so thirsty? Well, it's because I haven't drank very much this morning. Make sure you hydrate, folks. And don't be so thirsty. And so greedy that you forget you got your wine right here. Okay? Alright. You ever hear that song, Spill the Wine? Eric Bergen and the Animals. Okay. That's what I got for you today, folks. I do hope you enjoyed this message, and until next time, please manifest wisely. Bye-bye.